we doing? How does this work? First time.
Just grab the mic right there.
That's a good start.
Yeah,
there we go.
yeah. So I guess first UFC Media Day, how's fight camp been? How's fight week been for this massive card? And, you know, welcome to your first Media Day.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Just walking up the stairs, a lot of people here, a lot of cameras. It's it's been unreal. Yeah, definitely not what I'm used to. But yeah, the training camp's been really good. It's been awesome. Best one yet. Like I've just been able to focus on this fight. And yeah, the whole experience has just been just unreal. Just an amazing experience.
What specifically about this, besides being able to just focus on your opponent, but why was this the best camp you've had?
Like I got a few sponsors on board, like after signing with the UFC, and just been able to just train and not have to worry about working too much. I was able to reduce my hours. So yeah, just been able to train and focus on fighting. Whereas opposed prior fights that I've had to manage, working full time and all the rest. So yeah, this has been the best camp for sure.
Where were you working?
Just working for myself, just do electrical work. And I run a martial arts school as well, which I'm still doing now. But yeah, I own and run a martial arts school with my wife. And we got 3 kids as well, so it's just like, it's a lot on our plate. And but yeah, this has been able to take some of the weight off, like signing with the UFC, and it's a dream come true, and it's living the dream. Like get to train full time, pretty much. My job now is just coaching at my gym. So still martial arts, still in the game, still teaching the next generation, sort of thing. And it's like I said, dream come true.
When you say electrical work, is that like going to someone's house as an electrician? Like, what exactly were you doing?
Yeah, I'm an electrician by trade. So yeah, just doing whatever. Lights.
Is that equally as hard on the body?
Yes and no. Yeah, like like working for 12-hour days or whatever is rough on the body, but I'm glad I don't have to do it anymore. Don't have to crawl in roofs and all that sort of stuff, and get underneath dirty houses and stuff. I'm pretty stoked about it.
And obviously, what do you make of your opponent, Jesus Aguilar? Did you know who he was? Did you watch tape on him? What do you make of his skill set?
I've seen it. I've seen just the one fight. The one he's probably most famous for. Knocking out like another Aussie from Gold Coast, Shannon Ross. I think that's made the runs. I saw that, but I didn't know him prior. Besides that fight. What do I think of him? I think he's a power puncher with good wrestling. He's had 3 fights in the UFC now and a Contender Series fight, so he's got some experience on me. But I'm excited about this fight. I think it's a good matchup for me.
So normal, because most of his wins have come by submission, and then his most famous one, like you said, though, was that pretty violent overhand. I think it was an overhand right that knocked him out. And you see sometimes grapplers can, when they feel that they can knock someone out, maybe they don't use their grappling. Maybe they get overconfident in their hands. Are you expecting that, or did you prepare for the guy that has 6, 7 submission wins under his belt?
Most of his submission wins, like their guillotines, like 5 of them, like they usually like off a reactive takedown, like someone shoots takedown and grabs them, or like he's striking. He does strike. Like I watched some older film of him, and he does throw hands and then shoot for takedowns. But I'm just ready for everything he brings. But I don't know. I don't know what he's going to bring. Whether he's going to I imagine the game plan would be to stay on the feet and strike a bit more. But we don't know until we're in there.
And then two ones unrelated to your fight. I know you're relatively new into the UFC and everything, but I don't know if you saw, but November 1st, they're going to implement those new rules that allowed 12 to 6 elbows and redefined grounded opponents. So I can see the smile on your face.
Yes.
Do you like those rule changes?
I love those rule changes. Yeah, absolutely. Bring back soccer kicks as far as I'm concerned. I love those rule changes. Groin strikes, bring them in. I love it. 12 to 6 elbows. That's great. It shouldn't have been. I think shouldn't have been a rule in the first place. Grounded opponents. That's a real interesting one. Like my game's definitely developed over the years, and like my last 4 fights, I've won all by TKO. So when I say grappler, like when I consider myself a grappler, it's a grappler to do damage. So I take people down, try to finish the fight on the ground. 12-6 just gives me another, my imagination's going wild with that, like the positions you can get, the things you can do. And then the knees, right? Like the knees to the head, like it's only if your hands are touching.
You need, the new rules are basically you need something else besides your hand. So it'd be like your hand and your hip or your elbow. Man. You can't play that game anymore.
Yeah, that's incredible. I find myself in that position all the time. People playing that game, like touching just the fingertips on the ground. And I'm like, oh man, I wish I could kick you in the head right now. So yeah, that I'm really excited about that, especially that one. I find myself in that position a lot when I'm taking guys down. They just place a hand on the mat to avoid getting kicked or kneed. So yeah, like I'm all for it.
Then last one, can I get your thoughts on the main event between Dricus and Israel?
What a main event! It's incredible. I don't know how the fight's going to go. It's going to be an interesting one. But yeah, it's a huge main event. I think Adesanya is going to take it and upset a lot of people, and it's going to be epic.
Stewie, just to your left, mate. Back here.
Yep. Hey, Josh. How you
going?
going?
Good, mate. Obviously, UFC event. You got a whole lot of new media here and new fans that may not be familiar with you, I guess. What are some things you'd want the new members of the public and the media to know about you as a person and you as a fighter as well?
Great question, Josh. I don't know. What do you want to know about me? I don't know. I've been in the sport for a while. I've been training for 15 years. Family man. I got 3 kids. Was working full-time job as electrician. Born in the Solomon Islands. That's a interesting topic for a lot of people, I guess. Like first Solomon Island fighter to be on the UFC. I just got told that just in the back room by one of the guys first Solomon-born fighter in the UFC. So that's pretty cool. What else about me? I look to hurt people. I don't know. I just look to finish fights. That's something. I've got 7 out of 8 finishes, and I'm always looking to finish fights and put on a show.
And on the Solomon Islands, for those that might not know the story, I guess if you were quick to share a quick little glimpse of what that was like, and I guess the story you got coming over here.
Yeah, like it was. I have really good memories about the place. I was 6 when we moved to Australia. There was not very good times, like some ethnic tensions and craziness happening over there. So we moved to Australia. But I've got nothing but like amazing memories of the place. I went back when I was 9, when things settled down a little bit, and then things popped off again, and burning towns, and it was a pretty crazy time. So then we moved back to Australia pretty much for good after that. But I spent about 9 years of my early life in the Solomon Islands. And I've got as a child, just amazing memories of the place. I really love the place. And I've gone back for holidays and stuff. And I've said it to an interview before, like I definitely see myself retiring there one day. And like, I don't know, I love the lifestyle there, just fishing and, laying in a hammock. I'm definitely island boy at heart. I just love that, being outdoors and doing a bit of spearfishing. Not very good at it, but I have a crack. And Solomon Islands has a big place in my heart. But I've lived most of my life in Australia, and I definitely represent Australia first and foremost as where I'm Australian. Solomon Islands has a big place in my heart.
And last one from me. Obviously, Beatdown Promotions is the promotion you fought on predominantly before getting signed. Obviously, for those that don't know, Junior Tafa fought on Beatdown Promotions, but you become the first fighter that's had multiple fights for Beatdown Promotions run by former UFC athlete Damian Brown. So I guess what does that mean to you to push them along and to help them rise in Australian MMA?
Yeah, it means a lot to me. Like, Beatdown Promotions is an incredible show. I went and watched the first show, and I was like, oh man, the production is just incredible. And I knew I wanted to fight on there, and then I had my first fight on there, and it was perfect. Like, it was all run on schedule. Damien's, ex-UFC fighter. He knows what the big show's like. He knows that you guys run a tight ship, and it's just incredible. And he's trying to emulate that on, obviously a smaller scale, smaller budget. But he's done an incredible job with that show, and I just keep coming back because epic show. Great fights. It's great.
Stewart, just over here to your right.
Hey.
You're a man who has been signed to the UFC directly. A teammate of yours went through Contender, but you got directly in. What does that mean for you, and does that add any pressure getting straight in?
Oh yeah, like I said, man, it's just a dream come true. This is this is unreal. But does it add any pressure? It would have been nice maybe to like have a little step up, something like a little stepping stone in between. Like this is crazy. I heard on fight nights you don't do this, this sort of thing. But this is this is a lot for me. But no, it's but yeah, this is where I want to be. You know, this is ultimately where I want to be. So I'm gonna embrace it. Like it's not too much. Like it's fine. Like it's it's been a great week, and but there's no extra pressure. I'm just at the end of the day, it's a fight. You know, we're gonna go out there and fight. It's the same anyway. You know, like you just got to dial in when you get in there and touch gloves, and it's just another man in front of you. Just
Why do you think you got signed directly in and didn't go through the Contender?
Right time, right place. I mean, it's hard. Like there were a few people vying for the spot. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not the the guy that makes those decisions. But yeah, like I'm just grateful to be here. But I don't make those decisions. So I have no idea. But I'm stoked and I can't wait to put on a performance.
During your time on the regionals, there was a bit of a triangle at your weight class with you, Sean Gauci, and Anthony Drillich. Those two other men are signed to Dana White's Contender Series, with the rumor being they're going to fight each other.
I think that's confirmed, yeah.
What are your thoughts on that matchup?
I think Sean wins that one. I've done some training with Sean. But yeah, I think it's an awesome fight. You know, anything can happen. But yeah, I think Sean wins that fight. I think it's a great fight. I think Sean's got more tools to win that fight.
As I mentioned before, you were a teammate of Tom Nolan. What has the feeling been like in the training room where you're both gearing up to both the biggest fights of your lives? Yeah, the atmosphere is pretty awesome at the gym. Like, there's a few guys, not just Tom and I, but there's a few guys fighting and stuff. And it doesn't matter if it's the UFC or I mean it does, but a fight's a fight. Like, you're gonna give it everything, right? You're gonna give it 100%, whether you're fighting on the local scene or fighting in the UFC. Like, at least that's what I've always done. I've always just given every fight camp my 100% effort. And a lot of the guys are fighting. Everyone's full steam ahead, like getting after it. And it's been a great camp. Last one from me. You mentioned about how this is all a bit hectic.
Yes.
To immediately be dropped into this. Tom Nolan is a man who has had a few more UFC fights than yourself. Did he give you any advice with dealing with kind of the new level that the UFC brings? Yeah, like I ask him questions and stuff, but you don't I still take him by surprise coming up the stairs. It's still you can tell me what it's going to be like to walk out to 6,000 people in RSC Arena, but to do it is something else. I'm excited. I'm excited to feel the same feelings that I have now, like just excitement and it's you can't prepare for it. You just got to come out here and do your best. Thank you very much. No worries, thank you.
And Stewie, with your newfound fame, you've obviously got a lot of people online and comments. You've been posting it recently about just complete randoms with their thoughts on your abilities. How has that been to adjust to? It's good. I think there's a lot of comedy out there, eh? A lot of positive messages. I've been seeing some weird memes and stuff and stuff out there. I think it's been awesome. Tom, said probably advice he gave me is probably stay off that stuff, but I've been enjoying it. I've been soaking it up and reading the comments and liking and replying here and there where I can. It's a busy week, but try to get back to people and soak it all in and have a good time with it. And finally, this is your first event. Of course, you're going to look back on this one day, and in 5 years when you watch this back, where will you be? At the top. 5 years. That's I plan on being at the top before then. And then 5-6 years time, when I'm 30, I'm 29. I'm not super young. When I'm 34, 35, I'd probably be looking, at closing the chapter. So I'm going full steam ahead, trying to get as far as I can, as soon as I can, and stay busy. But the flyweight division, I think, has a shorter life. I think I mean, the 35 curse, for under lightweights, I believe that's real, because we rely so much on speed. So 6 years time, I'll hopefully be retiring undefeated.
Do you think you'll get a title shot quicker than Steve Erceg?
Oh man, that's got to be like close to a record. No, I don't think so. But what is it? 1 year was he? Was it less than a year? Like that's, that'll be hard to beat. That'll be really hard to beat. Let's just take this one fight at a time. Thank you guys for having me.